hello and welcome to The Margin. This is episode 35. We are recording on March 15th. We took a little break.
I don't know if you're lying about what episode it is. Actually, I'm going to check right now.
I don't know either. We are recording for the first time in like 3 or 4 weeks.
Show, and you don't know if you're correct.
Okay, fine, Xavier. I will check.
You know what? All that's happening, let's put some complimentary music.
No complimentary music, Aditya.
What the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
No complimentary music. I will update the rules, Aditya.
I'm pretty sure it's episode 33.
33? Wait, let me check.
Are you 2 episodes behind? Sorry, ahead?
Hold on. I need to check.
Yeah, there are 32 episodes.
Yeah, it is episode 33. It's episode 33, my bad. We have a couple things to talk about. Once again, we took a little break, so we have a lot of things to talk about. I and Aditya had robotics, and I couldn't really,
What?
couldn't really, fit this in for a little bit. So we're
Imagine
back.
being in robotics.
This should be posted Monday.
Imagine not being able to do scouting.
What the hell is scouting?
No,
Brother, I've been spending the past like 2 weeks
Aditya,
working on
I will get the duct tape.
working on compiling Linux from scratch for a 23-year-old laptop.
Away.
Okay.
So I can run Minecraft on it.
Okay, so, first of all, yeah, we took a break for 3 or 4 weeks. This is going to be uploaded March 17th. This podcast is now a year old. We've been doing this for a year now. Well, I've been doing this for a year. Yeah, all right. Xavier had a topic he wanted to talk about and was very passionate, so go ahead.
I will share the
Yeah, go ahead. You can share.
tab or whatever. Oh, cool! I gotta accept cookies. I love accepted cookies. Accept all and visit site.
Oh,
So,
I always reject, but okay.
well, I'm in Chromium, and I don't use this for anything, so I kind of don't care right now.
Oh, yeah, me neither, actually.
So, this is a post from whoever this is. I presume this guy is a canonical employee based on this thing.
I'm assuming he's one of the lead developers, one of the lead people who works at Ubuntu.
Yeah. I can't find my own information on it, but I didn't look very hard because I don't care. I don't like this guy. Okay.
Yeah.
But right here is like, we gotta modernize this stuff. And he's like, we gotta increase performance, and we gotta have enhanced resilience and safety by rewriting all of GNU core utils in Rust. And I have
Writing in assembly?
no, it's in Rust, which is my least favorite language.
Wait,
Okay.
what? I'm assuming it's currently in C.
Yes,
They're downgrading by...
so they want to increase. Sorry, huh?
They're trying to upgrade by downgrading the functionality.
And you know the funniest part? They cite performance, but C is a lower level language than Rust. And what's funnier is I watched a video about this. They said that they're going to increase performance because Rust makes multi-threading easier. You should not have multi-threading in GNU core utils because for the basic utilities, you need to know. If I'm writing a shell script, I need to know. I can't have the basic core utils I'm calling be randomly using other CPU cores without my knowledge. Like, that needs to be an option you pass. You can't just be doing that by default. Like, that's not okay.
Also, another thing, multi-threading in C is actually quite easy.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Like, I'm doing it right now and I'm a beginner.
I'm assuming that this whole thing is a response to what I'm going to call the Rust incident, where Linus Torvalds was like, no, I don't want Rust in the kernel. And I'm assuming that this is just a response to that, and Ubuntu, like, responding to other Linux distributions just full-on quitting support because of this, like, Asahi Linux.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is a response.
I hate Rust, but unfortunately,
I don't see why else this would be.
you need to.
Why do you hate Rust?
Okay, I'm gonna go over 5 reasons why I hate
go
Rust.
ahead.
Okay. I have 5 reasons for judging any programming language in general. Okay, and I'm gonna go over them and explain why Rust fails all of these. So the first is the general philosophy behind the language, like what paradigms it supports. Like, is it strongly or weakly typed, statically, dynamically
So by
typed?
philosophy, you mean like use cases, yada
No,
yada yada,
I mean like the design principles behind the language.
Okay, yeah.
And like the basic
I wouldn't
idea
call
is
that
like
philosophy, but I understand. Yeah.
is it like a compiled or interpret? Is it going to be compiled or interpreted? Is it going to be statically or weakly typed? Is it going to be object oriented? Is it going to have objects like whatever, right?
Yeah.
The second is going to be the actual syntax of the language, like what the. Well, I mean, I think you know what that means, right? Like how you're implementing all that, those design principles,
how
like,
it's written. Yeah.
What characters using to represent symbols or whatever, and are you going to be using the stupid like pointy brackets or whatever for like the types, like Java with the array list or whatever? I think it looks so stupid. So this is kind of like syntax and aesthetics. Like, are you going to have white space be important? Is white space going to be important? Are you going to use curly braces?
He means the greater than and less than symbols as weird pointy curly brackets. By the way, just
Next, I have the standard library is my third criteria.
Podcast, Misha.
Just no. Look, I've seen people call
the things you use in C when you're trying to include a file that's in user include. Okay. So third is the standard library.
Yeah.
Okay, that's self-explanatory. The fourth, my fourth piece of criteria is, oh god, look, this is annoying. So my fourth is kind of like the ease of,
learning curve.
No, screw the learning curve. I don't care about that at all. My fourth is, trying to figure out how to describe this. It's like the interface, if that makes sense. Okay, like you know how it like GCC, it's a command line like it's a command line program, and you can do like -O to be like the output file and whatever like that.
Oh sure, yeah. I see what you mean, but I wouldn't.
Criteria is like how you are able to use like the using the language itself, like with the compiler or interpreter or whatever, like what command line flag that supports what its interface is, and also like
why is that a judgment term though with like IDEs existing?
Language. So for example, look at Rust. Like Rust basically uses cargo as like the way that it way that you build Rust projects. You can use make, but cargo is like the default. And also, when you build Rust, you also build cargo. So like, since cargo is kind of a part of Rust, and there's only really one Rust compiler, the way that you use the Rust compiler and what the Rust compiler does and treats as warnings and errors is pretty essential to how you treat the language, even how you write programs in some cases.
But still, I feel like with the IDEs existing, it doesn't matter as much.
I don't use IDEs, and also it matters because the IDE just still calls the compiler. So if the compiler if the compiler gives a warning for something that it really shouldn't give a warning for, that's still going to affect even you're in the IDE. So the compiler is important.
But most people aren't worrying about that. But I understand.
Oh, they will in Rust. They do in Rust. This is why I'll explain why this is important.
Okay.
And then my fifth piece of criteria is getting the compiler or the interpreter or whatever. For example, I don't like Java fails this for me a lot because you need to have like several versions of Java C and Java on your computer in order to run different programs. Because like, for example, look at Minecraft. If I want to run a version of Minecraft that's like 10 years old, I have to have Java 8. There's no way around that. And Java 8 isn't really developed anymore.
But I feel like all of this relies around you not using an IDE and trying to run old versions of Minecraft.
I don't think IDEs really. What do IDEs have to do with Minecraft?
No.
It is difficult
to
get
kind of relies around
OpenJDK.
your issues with programming languages, but I understand. Keep going.
This is nothing to do with IDE. IDE doesn't make this easier at all. It's difficult It's difficult in general to get a version of Java that's not the newest version of Java.
Yes, I understand.
Get here from Rust.
I'm going to explain.
Why do we need?
These are my 5 criteria. These are my 5 criteria.
His 5 criteria.
This is my 5. I'm explaining what my philosophy.
That's good.
So here's the first. So the first issue is like design principles, whatever. Rust immediately fails this because first of all, it can't pick a paradigm. I'm so sick of languages that have like support like every single paradigm. Like I need languages to just like. I feel like if you try to do everything, you're not gonna be good at any of them. And Rust isn't good at anything it does.
Jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that Rust fails in that regard.
I don't think it's even on a jack of all trades level.
It's object oriented, but not really. It's compiled, but like it won't actually it's not low level enough to let you like do anything that's actually, it won't let you, like it's really difficult to in order to like do anything that's unsafe or whatever, like access a particular memory address or whatever, which is necessary for writing really low-level programs. You need to like tell Rust, oh, this is unsafe or whatever, and like disable all of its weird checks or whatever.
I was coding in Rust like a year or two ago. I wanted to access some like core internal stuff on my system, and I just posted a line of Rust code in chat. That's what I had to type. Guess how long that took?
I'll put it on screen.
Yeah, guess how long that took to research?
Aditya, you didn't post anything in chat.
In studio chat.
In the site I had standard. Oh yeah, so I'm kind of skipping ahead here, but for the actual syntax of the language, it also looks disgusting. The colon, like the colon stuff, I think is really, really gross looking. I hate how like it's like if for standard functions, it's like standard colon whatever. It's like I think that's so unnecessary. And C++ for that too, I really don't like it. But okay, that's I'm skipping ahead. So design principles.
Pretty much, what I was trying to get at was like with Rust, it's like so restrictive yet so free that there is no real balance. Like if you saw a line right there, it's so annoying to find out because it took me like days of research to just find out that's the exact line that I needed in my code.
Also, file.
So we're basically just unanimously saying that Rust is not a good language for the use cases that Ubuntu wants it to be.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a bad language in general. The one place that I feel like Rust would actually shine in is backend for like web development.
Yes, I agree.
That's because like I'm trying to design my own like site to replace like scouting, and I'm using Rust for the backend because it's like actually so good for backend.
Yeah, there are use cases for Rust, but we're just saying that it doesn't belong in the Ubuntu.
In every context, and I'm going to keep going over why. So design principles.
Backend web development.
No, I am going to. I'm going to finish this. Design principles.
Okay,
I hate. I hate how it's trying to be everything. I hate the fact that it's even slightly object oriented. I hate the exceptions and like the way that the match system works and like match okay or error with the two dots. Like, what does it even mean? It's so frustrating. I hate the syntax. It just looks ugly. I hate the match thing for the exceptions. I hate and how it's like equal and then like the greater than symbol or whatever. It's like half of the Homestuck continue symbol, or 2/3, I guess. I hate the I hate the fact that when you're saying a variable, it's let much because it's mutable. So by default, every variable is actually a constant, and like, why would I want that?
Oh yeah, my friend made a little joke about Rust, and he was like, "Oh, Rust is just a systems programming language that you can't access core parts of your system with."
Yeah, I hate the I32 for integers, like how it's like they couldn't be bothered to add the two letters for int, so everything is like I or like U or whatever.
Basically, we don't need to
No.
Okay,
I have a few more things to say. I hate the standard library. There isn't a function to get an integer from standard input. I had to write one, and I had to have like all this exception handling and stuff, and it's such a miserable interface. In C, I can just use scanf, and scanf returns a value that's the number of arguments. That I was able to correctly parse. And so if you want to check for errors, you can just do an if statement. It's so simple. And speaking of returning things you optionally can use, Rust doesn't let you optionally use things. This is why the compiler comes into play. The compiler treats it not as a warning, but as an error, an actual error. If you call flush in order to flush standard input or whatever, you have to use the return value it gives. You can't ignore it, even if you don't need it. And worse, if you say, so let's say I do let useless underscore return equal, and then like the flush function, right? That will also give me an error, because if you don't use the variable or constant, it will give you an error unless you prefix it with an underscore. And that's like, why? Who are you to tell me what I can do or not do with my variable names? Like, what is this garbage? And finally, for my fifth criteria, Rust is miserable in order to compile it and to compile programs that use it. Rust takes so long to compile. It took like 12 hours on my system I was compiling for. And sure, this is a really slow system. It was a really slow. This is a really slow system. But GCC took like 3 hours. So it's so much longer and such a worse language. And GCC compiles several languages. GCC is C and C++, and many other languages I didn't compile. And that one took like a few hours. Rust took like 4 times as long, and it's a million times worse. So I hate Rust. It's just terrible.
I just posted another thing. I had to create an entire file just for errors in Rust.
Damn.
Like for API errors and all that such.
We see. Anyway,
you see the request errors and SQLX errors.
I see,
Why'd you write request?
So we're basically saying that there's places where Rust belongs.
No,
but in this case,
Rust is terrible in general. It's so miserable to program in.
I feel like it's still the ideal backend language, even though I hate programming in it, and that's the reason why I stopped working on my website so much.
Anyway,
I still can't find a better backend. That's my
issue. Maybe it makes sense in terms of like the way that like maybe its design philosophy and what the capabilities are makes sense for backend, but programming in it is miserable. Its syntax is so gross, difficult to get the hang of, and just unfun. And the fact that when you use a print statement, you use the 2 curly braces in order to for replacing the format string. Why would anyone want that? And moreover, I don't understand why functions in general use a bang in order to delineate them, like before the parentheses. Like the parentheses are good enough, aren't they? And wait, no. I need to say this.
Fine.
I need to say this. I know I'm ranting, but I hate Rust so much. I cannot get over
Xavier,
it.
that's your last point.
The fact that it tries to be memory safe is so disgusting to me, because not only does it restrict you, but also it's a lie, and I don't believe it. Because there are so many programming languages that claim to be look at Java, right? Or any other language like that has completely automatic memory management, right?
Yeah.
If it's completely automatic memory management, then how could it be memory unsafe, right? Well, you can crash Java with memory with like, or any other programming language like that. You can still crash it by having memory overflows if you run out of memory. You can still have memory leaks if you keep allocating things and then not using them or whatever. There are tons of ways to do that in Java. Tons of ways to do that in every language. And Rust is not going to be an exception. I refuse to believe it is. Like, there's no way. It's not possible to write a language that's entirely memory safe. And I'm sick of hearing about how it will fix all security issues, because Firefox is why Rust exists in the first place, and Firefox is a new security issue every week.
Yeah, fair point. Alright, anyway, moving on to some actually important news.
Wow.
I'm obviously joking. I'm joking.
Are you going to talk about how
Final Cut Pro was way less important than like?
I'm joking, but yeah.
Actually, we didn't even get to something that was actually important about the utils thing.
Okay, what is it?
It's under the MIT license, which means that a company could make modifications to it and then make it private.
Why is it under MIT?
I don't know. But it is.
Alright.
So you're replacing a GPL program with something that's under MIT. And they also want to replace sudo, big utils, and find utils. For some reason.
Anyway, moving on to my topics that I've compiled over the past month.
It's about the GitHub
about Apple. I don't like Apple.
What GitHub problem?
Pretty much there's a security flaw in GitHub.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
We can talk about that now.
Oh, now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean,
I need to find my article.
We already spent 18 minutes yapping about Rust.
Rust deserves 20 hours to talk about how terrible it is. I can write an entire book about why Rust is bad.
Wait till you take an 8-hour crash course in SQL.
In SQL, you mean?
Sorry, SQL. Yeah, SQL. I'm so used to because the people in the crash course I'm using call it SQL, and I get so pissed off that I just started calling it SQL.
I mean, it's
good stuff. Aditya, look for the article. Let's go.
Sometimes I find it purposely mispronounce something because you don't respect it. Like, I'm pretty sure Kalang is supposed to be C-Lang, but I don't like it, so I
just like you don't disrespect, just like you disrespect Godot, Xavier.
Godot.
The greatest piece of software for game development ever created, Godot.
The greatest piece of software for game development is called SDL.
Okay, so...
Alright, Aditya.
Okay, I found the article, so pretty much
Share your screen.
Okay.
You seem so exhausted about it.
Do you know how annoying it was to find this article? Okay, so if I go
one Google search, Aditya.
Okay, I'm looking at your notes, and every single one of them, but the framework things are about either Apple or like some phone thing. Oh, that's not true. You also have VS Code.
Yeah, we have quite a range of things once we stopped recording for 4 weeks.
You have Apple, a phone, the AI pin. Yep. I don't want to. I'm sick of Apple. I don't like Apple.
I understand, but Apple. We should talk about at least a couple of the things I liked.
My guy,
So
I'm
pretty
allowed
much-
to like it.
Let's go.
So pretty much, like, it's a pretty short article, but the TLDR is pretty much just, oh yeah, there's a problem with something SAML, which is a markup language that GitHub uses, since it's good for keeping your stuff safe, and it's also pretty open. It's also open source. But the main issue is that logging in through single sign-on accounts, like, let hackers like make the system think that they're that's some that they're logging in as someone else, which leads to a ton of which leads to a ton of problems. I believe I read somewhere that it was due to how it read the XML code incorrectly.
My guy, that's like the worst possible security issue for something like GitHub.
Yes, I agree.
You could have like so many bad. So people could use that to make so many bad commits on like really important software, like the Linux kernel or whatever. Actually, I don't think Linux is Linux kernel on GitHub. Probably not.
No, they're
No, it's on
I
kernel.org or whatever. Or so I think, like,
Wait,
hey,
no,
going back to that
hold on.
stupid core utils replacement, that's on GitHub. So someone can make if that becomes the default for Ubuntu, someone can make a change there.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. Okay. Anyway.
So pretty.
Oh, sorry,
pretty
my
much,
bad. I don't.
Yeah. First, but the one thing that's restricting like hackers from doing to everybody is that they need to have a valid, I think it's called login signature, that they can use to like log in as any user.
Oh, I see.
Also,
So
yeah, there's another bug that could crash our system. That's just after SML responses. I don't know what this bug is, but yeah, it's there.
Hey, I think
basically, this is
Cortex
bad
Cloud
because people could.
Precision AI.
Huh?
What?
You should use Cortex Cloud, powered by Precision AI.
All right.
That
Aditya, stop sharing your screen.
Oh, okay.
Why do you not have an ad
My
blocker?
turn. I do. All right, my turn.
I want to support the websites that I read with ads.
Brother, you want to support them with the Cortex AI?
I'd like to support the news network I use because they don't make me pay for anything.
Like The Verge.
Oh, yeah, put that screenshot on screen or whatever.
I will. I've been struggling.
Remember when we read the article that was saying we're not going to make this scummy and make it so everyone who uses the Verge to pay or whatever, and then you'll read like 2 articles and it's like, hey, can you pay us? And it's like, I didn't even read it.
For me, who reads about 12 articles a day, it's kind of a problem.
I don't read like The Verge. I don't read The Verge at all. But when I go on there only for this podcast, and yet when I go on there, I've only read the article that week. It still tells me I need to pay. It's like,
see, basically, The Verge is just where all the tech news are. Like, yes, I can go on all the other I can go on all the other websites, but there's one place where it all is. That's it.
Oh, it just works and it makes everything easy, just like all that Apple stuff.
Precisely. Anyway, speaking of Apple, I want to talk about the framework stuff. Okay.
How is that?
Turn to rent. I want to talk about the framework stuff, okay?
Speaking of Apple, let's talk about the framework.
All right, here there it is. Okay. So, first of all, they had an event. I think it was February 25th. Okay, they unveiled a laptop and released a desktop. I'll rant about the desktop in a second. I actually really like this laptop. All right. First of all,
touchscreen.
It's touchscreen. Yes, I don't like touchscreen laptops.
I hate touchscreen laptops.
Okay. So
I have one.
Yeah, we know.
Well, I have some that have touchscreens, but I just don't use the touchscreen because I don't like them.
All right. So first of all,
you're paying for subscription? Finally.
No, I'm not. This is like the first article I opened in this. Because I closed them all and opened them again. Okay, so basically, this is supposed to be like a replacement for Chromebooks. Effectively supposed to be an educational or business laptop that's cheap. It's going to be under, I think they said $750. I would bet it's going to be $600 or $500. It flips it flips close to 360 degrees. Basically, it can be used as a tablet, and it comes with a pen where you can use it. As a touchscreen, I don't know how well some Linux distributions would support that, but I'm assuming if it comes with a Windows, it would support it.
I mean, I think there are Linux drivers for touchscreens. I presume if it's the framework, they'd make it so the touchscreen drivers are open source or whatever, and you could use it.
Yeah,
I don't think it'd be.
I agree. I would hope that they do a good job. It comes in a couple different colors. It comes with all the framework stuff like the ports.
I have
it's
a framework
pretty
laptop,
cool, honestly.
And it's fine, although it is very power consumptive. But
yes, I agree. But the goal of it is for it to be entirely repairable and upgradable and open source. Yada yada yada.
But what I don't like about the framework.
This is pretty good.
Or sorry,
not the desktop. Okay.
What I don't like about all this is why do the colors matter? Who needs different Why would you care about the colors?
No,
it's like the Apple thing again, where it's like, oh, we have the new colors. Who cares?
The colors are look.
The colors look so dumb.
Yeah, I think
like these pastel.
The black one's not bad, honestly.
But that blue or whatever, it looks so faded. It looks like you bought that laptop like 300 years ago and you just all the colors faded. It's like, how do you even do that?
Okay, honestly, the teal and pink one is kind of nice, but every other color.
It's the CGA palette. Why would you want that?
Sucks.
Do you run DOS on there?
Pull up to school or Robo with a computer with that color scheme, I will make fun of you.
Like it looks like you're running. You're gonna be running like Commander Keen or something with like the fuchsia and
any computer. You will make fun of
cyan.
Hey, I've stopped making fun of you for using Mac unless you specifically mentioned to use Mac.
Yes, you did.
You did. On this guy's screen, and why is he typing on it like he knows what he's doing?
Okay. Anyway, this is pretty cool. I like this.
Why are they showing this guy close to his laptop? Like,
you need to quit Apple. That's how it works. You need to quit using Mac.
All right. So now my rant time. Okay. So Framework also during that same event released a little desktop.
Okay, hold on. We gotta stop the presses. It says it's 4.5 liters. It's not a liquid. Why are you measuring it in a unit?
No, you can measure stuff. That's fine. That's
okay. A liter is a cubic decimeter, right?
I think yeah.
So why wouldn't you measure? But the liter is typically used for measuring liquids.
Xavier,
so
I don't know.
You can just measure it in cubic decimeters. It'd be the same number, and it wouldn't sound so stupid. Like you have a liquid PC.
Yes, I agree. Okay. So first of all, if we read this first paragraph, the goal of Framework is to create entirely upgradable and repairable laptops, right? Well, repairable devices, sorry, that's my bad. But you might ask, if we think about anything that's repairable and upgradable in tech, well, you know what comes to mind? Building a desktop computer. Like,
yeah,
that what comes to mind?
At first thought, it seems kind of dumb. Although mini PCs are less repairable than like full ATX ones.
Yes,
but
I understand. This thing is pretty okay. You can't upgrade the CPU or the GPU. You'll be able to upgrade the GPU with some proprietary version at some point, but you can't do that right now. You can upgrade some of the ports, and also this computer is really expensive, and it's meant for running AI models.
It has AI models?
So it's look okay. Let's go on the page to buy this computer. Let's just see.
What do they have to advertise it?
Okay, let's click pre-order. So, it's pretty powerful for what it is. In all fairness, okay,
brother. If I'm buying a mini PC and I can't even replace the CPU.
Yeah, that's also my I agree.
How can Framework buy a computer that you can't replace the CPU on? I can replace the CPU on...
That's exactly what I said when I saw this.
When I had a mini PC, which I don't use a mini PC anymore, but when I had one, I could replace the CPU on it.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
I didn't
have need to, but I had the option if it ever stopped working or whatever, or if I wanted
to. What do you expect?
It's hella expensive.
Yeah, what do you expect? Of course it's gonna be hella expensive.
And
why do
you need to what does ship an AC cable with? It's just... Oh my god, does it have an external AC adapter?
I want to see how much the base spec is. Okay. The base spec is like $1,300.
Wait, hold on. They also pre-install an operating system. Can they install Gentoo on there for me?
Oh no, they can only get you a Windows license.
No, I know. I saw Linux Mint.
Yeah.
Wait, you gotta pay to have operating systems installed? Wait.
Well, that's a Windows.
Can you hold how you have to pay $139 for Windows 11 and
Well, no, you do understand that that's the license for Windows 11, right?
I'm pretty sure there are ways you can get
$139.
I'm pretty sure I can buy a Windows 11 license for like
insane.
$20.
Here you go. Take.
Or no, that's Windows 10. Windows 10's really cheap. Yeah, Windows 11's. Who would pay? Windows 11 is the worst Windows operating system so far, and it's the most.
Exactly.
It's so expensive.
It's entirely insane. Framework did not choose that price.
What
I don't blame Framework for that. I don't know why you would even. I don't know why you would want
they
them
don't
to install
even make
for you.
money on that at all. It's exactly what they're paying to Microsoft to get the licenses.
No, I'm not playing that.
No, they're actually still losing money because of tax.
Yeah. Yes,
Wait,
exactly.
Go down. I saw
entirely
Linux.
insane.
I saw Linux Mint. Is that a sticker?
Anyway, it's gonna be like what?
No, go up.
Go up.
Yeah, you can choose the little
Linux,
tiles.
You can get an Arch Linux or a Linux Mint sticker. In case you use Arch, by the way.
It's the same price.
I use Arch.
Or not sticker, like the block or whatever.
Look, dude, they have customizable tiles on the front, and they're saying it's repairable and upgradable. Yet you can't
upgrade the CPU.
Replace the CPU or GPU. It's insane. Like,
so the framework abandoned their mission and their mission was to make upgradable hardware.
This is what it says. Read.
That's a
massive gaming capability.
You would get a PC.
Having to be AI compute.
1.3K for a gaming computer.
Yes.
And who
that's
the hell?
Like the base spec. The 1.3K. You can go up to like
for a mini game PC that has a non-upgradable CPU, non-upgradable GPU, and built-in AI. You should be getting that for negative money. They should pay you to already have that.
For that price, buy a Mac.
For that price, throw yourself off a bridge. Like if you're choosing between I'm going to buy a framework or a Mac, you should like. Both are so terrible.
You could also buy a Raspberry Pi.
You could.
You could not.
A couple actually.
You could actually buy. You should buy a RISC-V board.
All right.
Actually, how much do Raspberry Pi 5s cost nowadays?
Like $60 or something like that.
They're like, yeah. All right. Before talking about Apple, I want to talk about this.
What is this?
All right. So basically, well, I'll say in a second. So first of all, Google has a history of all of their anything they make regarding hardware getting leaked within 30 seconds.
Average day Google.
Yep. Just here you go. Ding ding. Okay, anyway, Pixel 10 looks the same as Pixel 9. That's basically it.
The Google Pixels are such trash.
Oh my god, and they posted on YouTube. That's an even bigger insult.
Oh no. Someone found the CAD.
Yeah, and posted to YouTube.
Yeah.
A Google leak on one of their sites too.
Yeah, Google's not very good at this. Anyway, next topic.
We have affiliate ads.
Fine. We can talk about Apple stuff.
No,
Apple had
no one's
a little...
asking for that.
Brother, I don't want to hear about Apple.
I want to talk about it now.
Also, why
Apple had a little...
Continue with the... Just use. You gotta have the.
So Apple had a little week where they revealed a couple devices. That's the M4 MacBook Air with one of the newer chips. Basically, from the outside, it's the same. It got cheaper, and the specs got a little bit higher, where it now comes with I think 16 gigs of RAM by default, or 24.
I have Copilot loading. No, I don't want this.
Or 24, something like that.
But
it has a new color called sky blue. I think that's the sky blue color. It's basically barely blue. It's very much incremental.
It costs $849.
I'm so confused.
That's the previous generation. That's the previous generation. The new one actually dropped in price by $100. It's otherwise pretty good. Yeah.
Misha,
it dropped in price. It dropped in price from the previous generation. That's Xavier.
Misha, what is this site that we're using? My app blocker claims that it's blocked 12 ads on the site.
I don't want Dell technology.
Yeah, do you see the ads on Xavier's screen?
Yeah.
When did this start?
I'm on Riverside.
I'm on Chromium.
I don't see ads on
so I don't have an app blocker installed.
12 blocked ads from Riverside.
Oh no, uBlock always shows blocked ads.
I'm not using uBlock.
The hell are you using?
Okay, whatever. Not important. Xavier, get uBlock at some point after you stop sharing the screen because my Diverge doesn't show that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's
very much.
I could just open it in Fire or in LibreWolf or whatever, and it wouldn't show it. But I don't have.
Oh, that's what I've been doing. Oh, did you switch over to LibreWolf fully after the Firefox thing?
I was already using it on this computer. I don't have it set up on a lot of computers
really?
yet.
Oh,
but I'm planning to
haven't fully switched over because some things just don't work in LibreWolf properly.
Okay, well,
I just ran into issues with like OnShape and stuff that I need to use sometimes, and it just doesn't work. I'm still on Firefox. I know. Oh, speaking of, we should talk about the Firefox thing.
Oh yeah. So basically,
Xavier, go ahead. Yeah.
And I'll share the actual article so I can show that I have the uBlock working on this one.
Oh yeah, please do.
See, this page actually is like it doesn't like, huh?
That's a beautiful theme you have with the purple.
Yeah, and now everyone knows I use AO3. Oh no.
I have Telegram bookmarked.
You've got YouTube, AO3, and Telegram.
Yeah, those are my bookmarks.
What is wrong with you?
This is not my primary computer. This is like a 10-year-old HP EliteBooks
it's fine.
847p.
Just talk about the. Actually, we'll talk about Firefox after. Let me finish with the Apple stuff.
Yeah. So here are the benchmarks.
Okay. It's just an incremental upgrade. It's 20% better. It's good. Good. It has more RAM. It's cheaper. Net positive. Wonderful.
What's the
next topic?
It has a 1080p FaceTime HD camera. Okay, whatever. Yeah, my camera definitely is not 1080p.
Oh yeah, there's like a new feature where there's like center stage where it can move when you move. I would turn it off if I was using that personally.
Oh no, 16-core neural engine.
Okay, Xavier, can you switch to the Mac Studio page? It's linked in the Discord.
Sure. Well, let me stop sharing or whatever.
Perfect. And then
we'll talk about AO3.
Are you kidding? Okay, never mind. I thought it killed the window when I stopped showing, but no, I still have it.
No. Okay, anyway, Mac Studio, it can go up to really high specs. It has a better chip. Here's the benchmark.
It has a 16-core neural engine, apparently. That's sad.
Yeah, but it can go to higher specs. It effectively replaced the higher end, like,
I don't care what high specs it has. I am never going to buy a new computer, I feel like, because all of them seem to have AI stuff built in, or new laptop, rather. And I don't want any of that.
Anyway, this is also an incremental upgrade. Let me check if there's anything else. It's just 1 sec. Sorry. Oh,
phones.
I'm gonna skip the M3 iPad Air. It's just a chip upgrade. There's nothing new.
Are we gonna talk about Firefox?
Okay, I have thoughts on this. 1 sec. Xavier, let me finish. Share screen.
You were like, I'm talking about this,
talk about
and then you ungraded me the permission to talk about it.
Oh, I shared the wrong thing. Sorry.
Yeah, well, Misha's trying to figure out his tech problem. Is there no read out your AO3 fanfiction?
No more fanfiction.
Oh, you want me to tell you what my account name is? So you can
let's go.
Give me a request.
iPhone 16e basically replaced the iPhone SE. iPhone 16e is a very stupid name, though, I will say.
It's alright.
It replaced the old iPhone SE. It doesn't have a home button anymore. It has gestures. It doesn't have MagSafe.
Oh my god, they removed the home button from the iPhone? Are you kidding me?
Wait, what?
Also,
since when?
Yeah.
The one physical button on like smartphones that was remaining, they removed. Are you kidding me?
Well, but
I can't believe they would remove the home button. Can't believe it.
That was on the cheapest iPhone. Most people.
Oh my god! It's not expensive. It's one button. How much is that to make? Like 20 cents?
All right. Anyway, I think
you gotta have the wire going through or whatever. Like, it's not a big deal.
Okay, we're done with Apple stuff. Xavier, go rant. Let's go.
About what? His fanfiction?
Firefox.
Oh, his Firefox fanfiction.
Okay, look. Shut up.
Stop with the fanfiction. I'm not joking.
I'm pretty sure people have big fanfiction of real people, so nobody's surprised that there's fanfiction of Firefox. Okay, so basically, Firefox is open source or whatever. Although there's a whole thing with its branding. It's always been weird, and why it's Iceweasel or whatever on Debian because the branding is all like proprietary garbage, which is stupid. But they made it way worse. So they added an EULA, like all the other spook browsers do, like Chrome and stuff.
EULA is terms of service, by the way.
It's end user license agreement, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, but and they also removed the part from their like there's like an about page or whatever, and they removed the part where it said that they weren't gonna like basically they removed the part that said they weren't gonna steal your data or whatever, and they basically said that they have the right to use any. So if you like, let's say I'm an artist, let's say, or maybe I write fan fiction, I don't know. Let's say let's say I make my living through an art. I'm an artist or whatever, or I use Fiverr, I don't know, and I make things for a living. If I were to upload it through Firefox, Mozilla is saying, well, we have the right to use that and train our AI models off of it.
Okay, we're not saying that Mozilla is doing this yet, but Mozilla is saying that they have the right to do this, which is putting kind of a sketchy point of view onto Firefox. I understand that. I haven't fully switched over yet. LibreWolf is the answer. For the record, LibreWolf is still Firefox-based, but LibreWolf removes anything that's remotely malicious. And a lot of LibreWolf is very much privacy-focused. LibreWolf is the answer. First of all. Second of all, I haven't switched over yet because some things you have to, like, configure in, like, you have to click a couple checkboxes for stuff to work properly in LibreWolf.
It will get rid of all your cookies or whatever, and like, so if you like log in the page, it'll log in every time.
But,
so you gotta
there's also a thing where like websites that have to render stuff that I have to sometimes use for engineering, like whatever it's called, Onshape and SkySieve just have issues.
This vulnerability I heard about forever ago, where it's something about like there's like this canvas thing, whatever, which they can use to get like websites can use to get like uniquely identify your system. I think it's based on your GPU or something, and LibreWolf disables that by default, which you might.
Yeah, but I kind of need it.
Oh, I think you could turn it on like the top left or whatever. Like it shows like, oh, this is blocked.
I know, but I didn't get around to it yet, so I'm still on Firefox. I will pretend.
I guess they own the latest episode of The Martian then.
Yeah, I guess they do.
When you're gonna upload this, they're gonna use it to train their AI.
Yeah, they do. But this is bad. I'm sick. Like, Firefox has been one of the most influential open source projects, while excluding the Linux kernel Xavier. But still,
what about
this is
utils?
This is legitimately not good.
Oh, it's pretty terrible. It's up there with the Rust thing. Actually, it's bad because Firefox is also based on Rust, and I hate Rust.
Yeah, I agree. I entirely agree. It's not very good. It's pretty bad, actually. Okay, I would like to talk about... We talked about Pixel 10.
There's one more thing.
Oh, go ahead.
They also said in the EULA that they can make it so that they can terminate this agreement and like make it so you can stop. They can like force you to stop using Firefox at any time if you like, if they want to, whatever. Which doesn't make any sense.
You have to put that into a EULA.
But it's an open source.
There's things that you kind of have to put.
But Misha,
what?
Misha, it's an open source project. How, without violating the terms of an open source license, can they say that you can't use Firefox?
Yeah.
Oh,
also, I will say, the benefit of open source. We'll talk about another issue with open source later, but with something open source later. But if something is open source once, it's basically open source forever because someone is always just going to make a version.
I think
like LibreWolf.
Having to SSH or whatever. Where like it was,
so you can't
close things, open SSH started thing.
I don't think Firefox will ever just say, "Yeah, we're not open source anymore. Screw you." But in case they do, LibreWolf won't, because okay, I want to talk about some of the VS Code things. The Chrome extension thing. Okay, if we remember a couple months ago, there was the whole Honey thing where people figured out how it worked, where it would scrape affiliate codes and yada yada yada. We all know the story. Basically, even though Chrome has been disabling a lot of extensions that we all used, specifically adblock extensions, because they quote unquote. Yeah, and there's more now. It's not just uBlock Origin. Well, it's insane.
It's basically anything that required manifest v2.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. LibreWolf is once again the answer.
Except I have to use Chromium for this stupid website that has that dumb watermark over there in the corner or whatever.
Look, yes, I understand the watermark is actually right here.
I can't point to. Yeah, it's in the corner there.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
Yeah. Because normally I always put myself whatever direction that is, left, whatever.
It's to the left of the screen, but I think
it's on the green part and it's right there. Yeah. Unfortunately, Libre, whatever this is called, Riverside is the easiest way.
I'm sure we could figure something out that isn't this.
You guys hear new news about TypeScript?
Brother, I don't care.
Yes, I did. We'll talk about that in a second. Aditya will talk about that in a second. Yeah. So Firefox, you just found out? Yeah, I found out yesterday. Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about the Chrome extension. Basically, Chrome, among all the bad things, as in disabling uBlock, yada yada yada, because it didn't follow the terms of service. Chrome disabled. I don't remember the exact wording. I can pull up the exact wording. Hold on 1 second. Share entire screen. Did name.
You just share a single Chromium tab, by the way.
Any affiliate. Wait, I just shared a single Chromium tab?
You could share one, yeah.
Sorry, that's my bad. Entire screen. Choose a screen. Share entire screen. Okay. Anyway.
No, I'm saying you can share an entire Chromium tab if you want to.
Oh, no, I know, but I don't care. Okay, anyway, this is their exact wording. Any program, any affiliate program like Honey is now blocked. This is good.
Yeah, Honey sucks.
Among all the stuff they were doing, i.e. all of this garbage, well, they're trying to make it seem good.
Well, it's so funny. It's so funny. It's like when Apple is talking about how we respect you for privacy and how our AI is so much more private or whatever. When it literally, it reads all of your data because Apple's ecosystem means that they have like full control. It's a walled garden, so they they have your text messages, they have your basically everything you type in like a word processor, every app you open on your computer, everything you do in your smartwatch, like where your location is at all times, basically. Yes. There's so much information about every person, and they talk about how privacy focused they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, that's the Chrome thing. Alright, there have been also some rumblings with VS Code and Material Theme, specifically, over the past couple months.
Oh, wasn't that like it was tracking some data or something?
No. Okay, so first of all, Material Theme was a VS Code extension. Was a very popular VS Code theme. It's just a color scheme. It's kind of ugly in my opinion, but you know.
Yeah, what were they doing?
Basically, it was an open source thing. It was partially inspired by Google's Material U aesthetics, but whatever, right? It was open source, but then the developer was like, "Wait, I could make money off this," and closed sourced it.
Oh, they just closed sourced it. That sucks.
But as I said before, once open source is always open source. So people just started, mine now. And made their own. This whole fiasco happened, I think, a month ago.
I mean, this happens all the time. I mean, like, I mentioned it before, but OpenSSH was, I think it's a fork indirectly of SSH because SSH was originally open source and then it became closed source, so OpenSSH just forked it.
Yeah, people just fork it. Anyway, there were two of the most popular ones that people just forked with Material Theme -- free and Material Theme Icons -- free with 5 million installs and 3 million installs respectively.
Yeah. It's okay.
And
Microsoft. Sorry.
Huh?
I don't.
Sorry. Am I not sharing my screen?
No, you're not showing anything.
Oh, am I? Oh, that's my bad. I thought I was sharing my screen.
Yeah, I don't use VS Code, so I didn't hear much about this. I knew there was some sort of thing with it, but I had no idea what it was.
I just read about this. I wasn't using any of these. Okay, basically, Material Theme. These two themes were disabled, and Microsoft apologized about this, but they said in the most
corporate way possible.
Yeah, this is. Just, I don't like this whole situation because once open source is always open source, and
I'm not sure if I meet. the system requirements for this game I bought.
Oh, okay. And that's basically it for the VS Code thing. I know. Hold on, I do want to talk about. There wasn't little update to Final Cut Pro with that allows for spatial video editing with the Vision Pro, but I will never use that.
It says I need Windows 95/98 or Macintosh.
And you don't need
that.
Also, real quick before Xavier, I think, yeah, Aditya wants to talk about TypeScript. He can do that.
Oh yeah, TypeScript is now.
Hold on, Aditya.
I don't want to talk about the humane AI pin. The AI pins suck. We all know that.
HP bought them. That's kind of it. It's a bad product. Anyway, Aditya.
HP's a terrible company.
So TypeScript is, well, people are saying TypeScript is being rewritten in Go, but that's actually a false statement. It's more being ported to Go, which at first I was incredibly surprised by, but after thinking about it a bit further, it actually makes quite a bit of sense. So
yes.
Guess what language TypeScript is mainly programmed in?
What?
TypeScript.
TypeScript's only written in TypeScript?
Oh, they ported to Go, and like Microsoft had the...
No, they're porting to Go.
Porting. Yeah, they're porting to Go.
Currently we're on version 5.8. They said that they're not going to release the Go version until version 7.0, which will probably be in a couple years.
And it got multiple times, like a million times faster. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, like 5-10 times faster.
Yeah, still that's insane.
Which is great, and it's also nice that they're putting their egos aside, considering instead of going for one of their own languages, they're going for their competitor Google's language, Go.
Yeah.
And they're not joining the Rust type train because.
Also, I don't see the problem with this. Is this bad or good?
Yeah.
Okay. At first, I was so surprised because I thought they were rewriting it, but after I did a bit more research, like while you guys were talking, I realized that they were porting it, which is actually good.
Okay.
So
yeah,
the difference between rewriting a language and porting it is that rewriting it will change its functionality. Sometimes its little quirks and everything. Meanwhile, for porting, it'll keep its quirks, it'll keep its functionality. It's just for, in this instance, it'll make it easier to make more minute changes, more small scale changes like that you couldn't do before. So yeah.
in my opinion, positive. Don't see the problem.
So for all you TypeScript developers out there, you can see your errors 10 times faster.
I want to give
wonderful
and my soapbox and complain about something again.
Do we have anything else? Oh, go ahead. Okay.
So
with complaints.
I was at the thrift store and I bought slots in video poker for Windows 95.
Oh god, okay. And yeah.
And I think my opinion is that it sucks that games aren't sold on CD anymore. Because so if a company like a lot of games are sold on Steam, and I think Steam is a relatively fine service or whatever, but they can drop Steam drop support for Windows XP and like Windows 7, which means that like if a game required this game if a game I bought required Windows XP to run on and they dropped Windows XP, then I wouldn't be able to run it anymore, except maybe with like Wine on Linux, right? And the idea that like you can no longer run a game for no action of your own on the system you bought it for is just kind of gross to me.
I agree.
And also, I bought this CD, and I think that it sucks that people use like you, Aditya, use Spotify and stuff. I hate Spotify and stuff. Like
I use Spotify too.
It's so good.
Spotify too.
I think it sucks that, like, you're paying a subscription, and what do you get?
Yep.
I could pay if I could pay a subscription for Spotify for like 10 years, and over that time, I would never own anything. And if I stopped paying a subscription, I would instantly lose access to all the music or whatever. So whereas when I go out and I buy albums, I'm like keeping stuff that I can have with me forever.
Yeah, Xavier. The problem with the reason why you can't own it is because Spotify doesn't own it. They're also renting it from the music CD.
I'm not saying
we're making them pay massive amounts of money.
I don't blame Spotify for that. I'm saying I think subscriptions for music suck in general.
No, I agree, but the point is, like, what if I want to listen to music on my phone and not download it locally and be able to discover new music without... Look, I hate Spotify as a company too.
You know,
Yeah.
you could all
Okay,
you
they
could
have
listen.
some bad practices, Aditya. Like, especially after the whole car thing, it's not the greatest.
They also put
I've debated switching.
they
It's
also put
not.
AI music in their playlists or whatever without telling
Yeah,
you.
it's
Actually,
not the
the reason why
greatest.
they're putting AI music is so that they can, have actually make a profit for once.
Yes, I know that's why.
I guess.
If they have their own artists or if they don't have to license music from artists or whatever, and it's just AI music they made in house, they don't have to pay. They don't have to do a cut of the money that they make, or they don't really make off of each listen to.
I guess I
those
can see your point.
It's more that
artists.
they can become less. They have more leverage against big music companies who are making them pay more and more money for Spotify to keep using their music in their platform, which causes Spotify to give less and less money to like their indie music artists and everyone else to try and be able to support themselves. Since all of their money is coming from investors putting money in.
Look,
they're just a loss maker.
Yeah.
And one thing that the big music industry isn't realizing by making Spotify charge more and more is that the reason why Spotify existed in the first place was that the developer Spotify wanted to decrease the amount of piracy for music in the world.
Oh, really?
Yes, that is the entire reason why the developer Spotify made it, to try and bring peace to the music industry. And so what did the music industry do in return? They screwed over Spotify.
Brother, the music industry sucks. All these record companies are terrible to the artists and to other companies. So like, I don't really feel bad for Spotify because I mean they knew what they were getting into, and I think that it sucks. I think that AI music sucks. I think it sounds terrible and it's just plagiarism.
Spotify isn't pushing AI music.
It's not.
That's not the point.
And what
at all?
It's not pushing it. It's it kind of is. But
they are
the way that they're not pushing it as hard as like any other company would.
Oh, sure.
Are we talking about the like AI DJ thing? Or are we talking about some new feature that I didn't understand?
I'm saying, like, they make playlists that are just filled with AI music from fake artists.
I have not gotten that.
I use Spotify every day. I don't know what you're on about.
I'm not gonna lie, I use Spotify every single day. Like,
same.
No. Yeah.
I was literally on Spotify right before this. So pretty much, the AI I'm talking about is that rather than forcing people to listen to like playlists, it's just trying to nudge you an AI song here and there.
There is a certain point of like enshittification with Spotify where sometimes there's issues because if you search for an album, sometimes it doesn't go directly to the artist. It goes to a playlist with the same songs that someone created. That is a slight thing, but
I mean, that is a problem with their search, but so you've also got to consider how their search is made.
Yes, I agree.
Because it pretty much tracks like what songs you've been listening to, compares it to what other people are listening to, then compares the types of songs you listen to, and then compares like the lyrics of the songs you're listening to versus just the other songs, and so that's why
the lyric search is super cool though.
That is actually like one of the main reasons why Spotify is still alive compared to other music giants.
Dude, if you talk to like a person on the street who's listening to music, they're most likely using Spotify. Apple Music did not win. Spotify won. It's like you can.
I mean, Apple Music was never. Here's the thing: Apple Music is winning. They're making profit.
Yes, I understand, but winning in this case is by popularity. Like for example, Xavier can hate on VS Code. But VS Code won the game.
Brother, VS Code
won as the most popular IE.
Here's the thing.
VS Code,
Apple Music's goal was never to become the most popular. And Spotify's goal was Spotify's only goal was to try and stop piracy. But the music companies are slowly making it so that piracy is more and more like relied upon. Considering the MySpace disasters, like even all of the music industry is starting to look bad, including like MySpace and such.
Yeah,
because like everyone knows MySpace, right?
Yep, we know what happened with the whole thing. Yes, we know.
Yeah, like with a bunch of their songs getting
Yeah.
deleted.
Yes, we
Yeah.
know, but yeah. All right, we're drifting off topic, and we've been recording for over an hour.
We haven't been recording for over an hour. We started late.
Yeah, but we're at 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 47 seconds right now, YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, on the counter.
We started
I'm
at
gonna cut this
04?
part out, but huh?
No. We started at 04?
Yeah, and it's now 8:06.
No, I thought we started at 10, but alright.
No, we started decently on time, actually.
Aditya, what I was talking about, and I'm going on Spotify's website right now, is they have, if you go, Spotify has created playlists, like they have things like Hot Country or Top Hits or whatever.
Yes.
And some playlists they have on there have, in these playlists that they make, they put like AI artists in some of these. Or, I mean, so I've heard. I don't use Spotify from people.
No. Because the thing is, dude, those playlists are made as basically they're made based on the database that Spotify has of your previous listening and users' previous listening.
That's not what I'm talking about. For example, Spotify has an account that has public playlists. I'm not talking about the stuff they auto-generate.
Oh.
No one listens to
I don't use that. That's kind of useless.
Brother, it says this has 35 million followers. How is that nobody?
Following a playlist on Spotify is nothing.
I follow multiple playlists, and I haven't even listened to them once.
Then what is okay? Well, maybe Spotify users are just so brain damaged. I don't understand their. Why would you even save a playlist if you're not going to listen to it then?
No, because what if I might want to listen to it later?
Yes, that's how it works.
Brother, if you never actually do, then why would you keep it on there? What the hell is wrong with you? I buy albums and then I rip them and then I listen to the music on there.
Here's the thing. Like, for an average Spotify user like me, I'm currently on my homepage, and so far all I'm getting is past songs and playlists I've listened to, songs that I recently listened. No, I'm actually talking about this.
Okay.
For artists that I commonly listen to, I scroll down and it says, "Hey, do you want to listen to some songs that you've listened to a lot in the past?" My recently played. I scroll down, recommended, which are artists that I've actually listened to, like, on YouTube and other devices, as well as a Critical Role podcast, because I'm into that stuff. I can't get to all this AI stuff until the very bottom of the screen. Like, I'm still scrolling.
I don't care where it is on the screen. The fact that it even exists is disgusting.
Xavier, I understand, but the use case it doesn't as much matter as much as you think. Anyway,
I don't care how much it matters. The fact that they even are pushing it at all, even if you think it's not very effective, even if it's not effective.
We're going off topic.
They're not pushing it.
I understand.
Even if it isn't effective.
Xavier, first of all, Xavier, they're not pushing it. Second of all, you are a very specific type of consumer. Because, for example, the majority of people who are programmers aren't use an IDE. You don't.
How does that have to do with music?
You are a very specific. No, the point is you have a very niche interest in things where people aren't gonna rip CDs and listen to them.
Everyone did that 20 years ago.
Yes, is everyone doing it now?
Brother. My point is that I'm not saying, everything was better X amount of time ago. It's a stupid argument to make.
Yes,
however, it does seem like in tech specifically, things have just gotten progressively worse. And the fact that for a very long amount of time,
everything's been getting faster. We have more memory to work with, and not only that, but we have a ton more programming languages to choose from. So we have more options for every single type of person.
Xavier's gonna mention C.
And not only that, but we have a larger community of programmers who are more willing to help each other than they were before.
Things have effectively. I understand what intronification is. In fact, I agree with a lot of it. But come on, you gotta accept that a good amount of things have gotten better. You can't just say, "Look at this, my whatever the." What is it called? No, it's not Windows Explorer. It's just Explorer, is it? The old browser. You can't just say that, like, everything
Internet
except
Explorer
was
was
better
terrible.
before.
It always was terrible. What the hell are you on about?
No. That's just an example. You can't just, like...
Netscape
Okay,
Navigator?
say you're saying that Windows 7 is the greatest operating system to ever exist.
I'm
But
not.
daily
Why are
driving
you?
Windows
My
7
guy, wait, hold
in
on.
the
What the
year...
hell? Why are you picking a random
my
thing
God.
that I'm not making and then? Have you taken? My guy, do you know what a debate is? You can't just be like, "What if I said this? Wouldn't that be stupid?" See, that's what you're doing.
Fine.
Like,
Okay, fine.
What kind of argument is
What?
that?
What's the best text editor? Fine.
Nano. That's in my personal opinion. People like different ones. Some people like Emacs, and people like VI.
Okay. So for example, right? No, I'm saying for me, right? I've migrated to taking notes in NeoVim because it's actually really cool and I can sync it to Obsidian and I actually really like it.
You use NeoVim?
Plug. Yeah, I migrated.
I can accept VI.
Yeah.
I can even tolerate Vim, but NeoVim.
Why are you
Really?
tolerating Vim?
Vim is terrible, and I don't actually like it at all. But
Okay,
I
that's
understand
enough
that
for
it's
the
common.
day. Thank you for listening.
No. We're not done here yet, my guy. You're not getting that easily.
At least it's not Pico.
Oh, he also has Pico.
Like-
He has Pico
like
installed
your
on his
dad.
computer. He has Pico installed on his computer. Alicia does because
You know who
Max
else uses
Pico.
Pico?
Yeah. Let's talk about who also uses Pico.
The creator of Nano.
That's not true.
You've told me multiple times
No,
that
he just
types in Pico.
He types Pico, but it's an alias for Nano. He doesn't actually use Pico. What are you looking like that? He doesn't. I don't know how you even get. You can't even Pico isn't even. I don't even think it's even in distributions on Linux. Like you'd have to actually manually compile it if you wanted Pico.
Wait,
Also,
really?
Pico sucks. It didn't have I don't think it had a search and replace feature. It didn't have syntax highlighting. Pico was a terrible text editor. I'm pretty sure the only reason why Mac used it is because it's
guys.
it's what?
What?
For the record, just if you're listening and wondering, Xavier's dad is a developer of Nano. We're not gonna hide it.
It's not currently a developer.
Yes, but is the creator of Nano. We're not gonna hide it. Xavier, you're good with that, right? Because otherwise, it's really out of context.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Guys, if you guys want to know where Xavier lives, just search up creator of Nano's
Yep,
address.
precisely. Xavier lives there.
Yes.
I hate you so much. Also,
We're not gonna yap about this one, but yeah.
So, what's your opinion on the Control F feature that he added?
He didn't add it. He just asked for it to be added, and I'm not a big fan of it. So LFS, okay, Arch Linux and basically every other Linux distribution by default uses Nano 8.2 now. So I always uninstall it, and on LFS also I just compile Nano 7.2, and I usually install it at user local, but on LFS I install it.
Xavier, Vim is installed in every Unix operating system.
You're not defending Vim right now. I know you're not defending Vim right now.
That's
true.
It's not true.
Well, it's not an Arch. Yes, I agree. Wow.
Anything by default. And also VI.
Wonderful.
You know what the standard text editor is? You know the standard text editor? It's Ed. Ed is the standard text editor. And also, the best version of VI is Elvis. I can't even read that. It's moving around too much. Why showing me a PVC pipe?
Do you have one?
Yeah, do you have a PVC pipe, Xavier?
I have some over there in my. I have some PVC piping connected to my wall. I have a really ornate heater, like heating system, and I have PVC pipe. I don't have a keychain for it.
I don't have two.
I have two.
Why do you have PVC pipe keychains?
Why don't you?
And on that note, thank you for listening today. We're gonna be back next week. We're starting this consistently again. We took a little break.
Didn't?
No, we did. Anyway, thank you.
Oh, right.
Have a good day.
You're right.
That's a choice you can make.
Cool.
Anyway, thank you. Bye.
Alright, see ya.